Now we are going to be having the HTML text formatting. That is the way we can format a particular text because maybe it has some extra meaning attached to it, or because we just want it to be highlighted in different way to the user, which has a meaning that is trying to prescribe to the user or to the browser itself. So HTML text formatting, it contains several elements for defining text with a special meaning. And as you can see, this is a text that is bold, and this is a text which is in italic, and this is a text which we have the subscript and the superscript here. We can also have several other text formatting options such as delete and a lot of text formatting option that we have here. Here we have the elements that format text. We have the B tag which put in that text that is in between the opening and closing element. Then we also have the strong tag which highlights important text. So these two will be displayed the same way on the browser, but the B is just for visual difference, whereas the strong has some specific meaning that is attached to it, which is highlighting an important text. Then the I and EM tag also, they also do the same thing in visualizing the, but the EM have an importance attached to it, which is it emphasizes text. So for those that uses screen reader, this element has an additional meaning apart from the visual representation of that text, which is going to be italicized, but here it is much more emphasized because of the importance attached to the text. And here we have the mark, which is used to mark text, that is to highlight the text. And we also have the small tag, which is also used to decrease the size of a particular text. Then we also have the delete tag, which is used to put a line through a text which the browser will ignore by putting the by striking it through. Then we also have the inserted text, which is used to insert a text in a text or in a paragraph. Then we also have the sub and the sub, which is to give a subscript and a superscript in a text. So we look at an example when working with those. We have the B and the strong. So the B makes the text bold, and the strong give much importance to the text. So the content inside is typically displayed in bold. That's if you use strong also, but it gives more the elements more importance in for the screen reader. So we also have the I and EM. We can take a look at that. This is the I. This is a paragraph text, and let's see if we can have one more. So here I can just adjust this by saying it is EM, and this also is EM. Then let's see what that will be. As you can see, we have two texts which are looking very much alike, but these have different meaning when we are reading or prescribing this document using a screen reader. Here we have a normal text, then we have the italicized text using different option. Oh, there's a typo here. This is supposed to be P, whereas this is the EM element. So I rerun this. As you can see, there is no difference between them, but this will be read differently because this EM attach more importance to the element. So we can look at other elements that we have here, which is the small tag, which is used to reduce the size of a particular text. As you can see, the text in that within the opening small tag and the closing small tag is what will be reduced in size. So I can say this will remain normal. So this actual text here will remain normal, whereas this one will be smaller. Let's run that and we see the difference. So it says this will remain normal, whereas as you can see, the difference in these two texts now is very clear, as this is bigger and this is smaller because this is written in within the small tag. So we can look at the mark element, which is used to mark or highlight an item. As you can see here, mark, this mark here, the is only encircled in the milk, so it's the only milk that we have within the opening and closing mark tag. As you can see, it highlights this particular text without even being highlighting from the beginning of the document. So the mark tag is used to highlight a particular text within a paragraph, and the delete is used to strike through where the browser will ignore. So how does this happen? It says the HTML delete element defines text that has been deleted from a document. Browser will usually strike a line through the text that is deleted. As you can see, my favorite color is delete this blue, then it's setting new text to be read. So here the delete, it just put a line through this, that this text is no longer of any use, so the new text will now be read. We can look at the insert also, which is used in inserting a new text into a document. Browser will usually underline the inserted text just to show us that this text is actually inserted. It is different from the U tag, which is used to underline a particular text. As you can see, I can also have another P element by saying P, then I say okay, this is an, but in the underline I want to use a U element. I can say underline, then I'm done with that, so I can close the U tag and say okay, this is an underline text. So I close the paragraph tag. Now everything seems to be working well. As you can see, this also underline this particular text, but they have different meaning, as this text here was inserted using the insert element, whereas this is underlined because of this U element. So the U element also formats our text by underlining the text that we are actually working on. So now we have the sub, which defines subscript text. Subscript text appears half a character below the normal line and is sometimes rendered in a smaller font. Subscript text can be used for chemical formula like H2O. Let's see an example of that. Here, this is a subscripted text. I can also have a P element, or what I can just do is to copy this and come down here to have my adjusted one. I can just say this is H2O, so this is O, so I can just say this should be 2, then this should be H, then I'm having H2O. So H2O, I don't think there's space in between, so I erase that and I run the code. As you can see, this is a chemical formula, H2O, which is which the 2 here is subscripted because of this sub element that I have in between. So the superscript one, that one is SUP, which define the superscript text. The character is raised above the normal line and sometimes rather in small font also, which can be used for footnotes like www, something like this, when we use in noting a particular point in a document. So yeah, we have an example which is a superscripted text. As you can see here, the text is raised up in smaller font. So now let's look at an example, an exercise. Here you can look at this exercise. It says add extra importance to the word digression in the paragraph below. So you can pause this video and actually come back to it when you have your solution done, then you see the solution that is actually made to this question. So okay, welcome back. The solution to this will be to use the strong element, and here we can also have it, the strong element, which is the answer to this, because it says add extra importance to the word digression. So this will highlight the text and add much more importance to the text. So far so good. We have been able to look at some of these elements or tags that add extra meaning to a particular text in a document, which gave it much more formatting and visual appealing, or add extra meaning to the text in the document. Okay, so with this we are finished this tutorial till next one.